Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're joining me for the first time. My name is Sasha Reed, and today I want to share with you my projects that I've made with Beebeecrafts in China. So they're not on AliExpress, they're their own independent store, and they asked if I would design for them, so I've been making away with using a bunch of their products. I'm sorry, I have got a really bad cold and I'm really bunged up, so sorry if you can't understand me very well, but look what I found. If you've been watching my videos, you know I've been really stressed out because I didn't have a remote, and my remote, I can stop and start my video recording, I can zoom in and out. It's so handy, and I found it. So I'm really excited, so I don't have to reach up to the screen and zoom in and zoom out on various things anymore. Right, back to the video. So from Beebeecrafts, I asked for some of this stretchy cord. So it's an elasticated cord. It's an absolutely whopping reel. I will never use all of this in my lifetime. So I think what I'm going to do is use some of Alina's dyes. She's got a few dyes now. She's got her new release and her old release where she's got these like little spools that you can cut. So I think I'm going to be wrapping this around some spools and gifting it to people. So that they can share in the love of this spool of stretchy cord. Then I also got some of these. They're the little hook and hoop loop things. I will show you them a bit closer when I show you the project I made with them. And then I also got their felt, their big multi-pack of felt, and their big multi-pack of glitter card. So I will show you what I've done with them and what I've made with them, and my thoughts and my reviews on them along the way as well. So to start, I will show you what I've made with these two. So I make my own homemade journals from scratch. I take my boards, I cut them up to size, I buy really high quality printer paper, and I cut all the paper, I bind everything, I punch everything, and then I sell them at craft markets, or I use them for gifts for people. So I make them all from scratch, but here's where I've used the hook and loop thing, which is what my idea was with these. Now, if I could go back in time, I would have picked a much thicker stretchy stuff. So it works just fine. It just looks a bit funny on a big book like this. Sorry, let me zoom in. You didn't see my arm, did you? Because I've got my remote. So it just hooks through like this. It's a bit hard because it's really tight, this elastic. There we go. So it just hooks through like that and then rests. I wanted to make some closures for my handmade books. And so that's what I thought for this. But I think I need thicker stretchy stuff, cord, and possibly if I can find bigger ones of these, that would look better on my journals. But they're just handmade. I cover, oops, you can't see again. I cover them on the inside with paper, and then I've just filled them with really thick printer paper. Now on the back, I ran out of time, so I kind of did this in a rush, but I've got loads of eyelets, so I would have put a metal eyelet through there, and I will go back and redo this again and put an eyelet in there, but I just wanted to show you my idea. So the cord runs through the back like that, and it'll look much prettier when I've put my eyelets in, but I'll get silver eyelets and put them in to match the, what is it, coil, there we go, to match the coil, and then this just comes around and hooks through, and that's the closure. So I really like these two items. They work really nice. They're really good quality, but I think on my journals I need a fatter cord and maybe a bigger closure. But those are those two that I've used. Then to go along with my journals, which I thought I would start doing, is I've had this from Stampin' Up! For a while. Now I'm hoping my light won't reflect it too bad. I've had this punch and this stamp set for a long time from Stampin' Up! And I really love them, and I was looking for ways to use them. And I thought actually I could make little packets up for my journals to go with them. So I made these little file tabs. Now I've used the glitter cardstock that I got from Beebeecrafts as well. And I've just I've used my pearlescent cardstock, and I have gone and I've made these little tags. So all people need to do is just put a bit of adhesive there, or I'll stick some double-sided tape on each side, and then they can put it in their journal. So if I give some journals away, or I might sell them in my journals. All they need to do is take a page. Find one. Oh, that's a blank one. So I left some blank as well. And then they just kind of stick on like that on the page. And then that way they've got their tabs. And then because my closure's on the front of my book, it can kind of stick it like that. Or they could just stick it all the way on the page as well, which doesn't look as nice, but that's the idea. I thought, like, I could have these little tabs. So the glitter cardstock punched out beautifully. It was really easy to punch, and it's really thick, so it's really good quality. And then, yeah, I've just made up these little tabs to go with it. So then I decorated a little baggie. So I've got, for the bag, I've used Alina Cuttle's or Alina Crafts bag topper die. And then I've also used, these are the little top bits, but I've used her Tassel die as well. Now with the Tassel die, the cardstock is really thick, and I find with the non-shed glitter, which is what this is, it's kind of got a plasticky coating on the top. And when you have a more intricate die like this, it doesn't cut all the way through that plastic. So what I had to do, here's my little packaging. I'll zoom back out again. I'm glad I found my remote. So, oh, try not to get the light in here. So that's my packaging. I put it in backwards. So I've left, I've put some circles on, and I've left some blank, and then some, so the brown ones are blank and the pink ones are the same as the ones I've shown you with the punched and stamped images. And this is Alina's bag topper here, which is this one. And then I've used one of those glitter butterflies that I got before from AliExpress. And then this is the Tassel die from Alina. And so what I did was I cut it out, but it didn't cut all the way through. So I just used my scissors and I just snipped in there. And it took me just a couple minutes to do. But the glitter card does not cut all the way through. So you do have to snip it. On the finer ones, you do have to trim it and make it work for you. So on this one, I had to run it through with some foam behind it, and then I had to basically poke out every single little hole because there's quite a lot of details on there, and so I had to poke out all those little holes to make it work. But I thought that I could then put this little packaging with my journal, which I tucked over here, so then I could, like, obviously I decorate all the covers of my journal, so this will have a load of decoration on top, some kind of quote or sentiment, something pretty on it as well, and then I'll stick a packet like this with it, and that might be like my teacher's gifts or something for my kids' classes. But that's what I made out of some of the glitter card. And then what I also did was I have a Stampin' Up, it's retired ages ago, but I have a Stampin' Up die that's like the fry box or like chip box die, and so I cut it out of that, and it cuts beautifully with the big dies. So one of these fat dies is what I used for this box, and it cut beautifully, and it's really thick, so it's really strong and really sturdy. It's not going to bend or anything. And then I made these flowers. This, I forgot the die in the office, but this is Alina Cuttle's flower die, and these are her little gems from her shop as well. So they're those ones. And I use that to decorate these flowers. And this is the felt from Beebeecrafts. Obviously that's the card from Beebeecrafts. So I made up these little flowers, and the felt cuts beautifully. If you can see the detail on the flower, it's like cut the edges of the flower, and the detail is amazing. So because the felt is so thin, you get really beautiful detail in it. And the colors are amazing. So every single color in the pack is different. So you get this whopping pack, and they're all different colors. And I've been having, like, that's one of the things that's been really positive. Like, the downside is if you like a color, then you can't have more than one sheet. But in the positive, like, I have used, like, there's skin tone color in here. There's every shade of pink. Like, I've just found it really, really, really useful because there's every colour I could possibly want. So that's been one really massive upside to this felt, is there's absolutely every colour. It's quite stiff. Most of them are quite starchy feeling or stiff feeling, which means they die cut even better. But they're really thin. But thin in crafting and die cutting is really good. So if you're doing general crafting, you'd want like a thicker felt, but for this it's brilliant because it cuts all the details in. So let me show you what I did as well. I made these mermaids, which again I've used Alina's mermaid die, if I get that in there. This is her latest mermaid die. And I have cut these little mermaids. Now look at their faces. This is what I've been really impressed with. Now, there's a bit of glue kind of showing and catching in this light. You can't see it in person as much, but I can see here. You can see the glue come through. But you can see her face. You can see her hair. You can see the details in there. So this felt, with it being so thin, is really awesome because you can see her face so clearly. So I was really impressed with this felt and I really love it. I might buy a second pack because I've been using so much of it. I've really enjoyed it. This is one of the jewels. Sorry, I also forgot that I got 6 sheets of these jewels from Beebeecrafts and I'm really happy with them. So that's one of the jewels from Beebeecrafts, holding her chest together. This is the sort of fake leather from AliExpress in the sort of scales, 2 different kinds there. So those came from AliExpress. And then again, like the dies are from Alina Cutle or Alina Crafts on AliExpress. But I'm really happy with the felt. I think it looks really sweet. And I've been trying to think, I might cut another mermaid out and then just out of like cardstock or something and glue it on the back, or another sheet of felt. And then make some hair clips out of these or use them as some kind of embellishment. But because they're made out of felt and this fake leather, I thought that they would be more durable. And I could use them on something else as well, other than like a card. But I'm really happy with how these turned out and I think they're really cute. So moving on to more felt things. Actually, I'll show you the rest of my... So I made this pack here of bows out of the glitter cardstock. So I hot glue gunned everything because with this non-shed glitter, I find that it doesn't glue very easily. So I have used hot glue on all of them. These are the jewels from my pack. Let's see if I can show you a bit clearer now. So I got these jewels from Beebeecrafts. Oh, light's reflecting. I don't know how many you get per sheet, but you get 6 sheets in a bundle. And if you like jewels, I highly recommend these. So Stampin' Up! Have done jewels, and I've always really liked them because they're all individual, and these are comparative to Stampin' Up! They're all individually stuck on, and you get 3 different sizes. You get small, medium, and large. And they're very sticky as well. So I've added a bit of hot glue to the back of all these just to make sure they stick on there. But they are perfect for card making, so I highly recommend these. I'm really, really happy with them. And there are so many on this sheet that it's going to go a long way for a long time. So I've got 6 of these sheets in one bundle from Beebeecrafts. But so here's my bows that I made. And these bows are all just dies that I've got kicking around that I bought absolutely forever ago. So I bought this one on like a seller's site on Facebook. And that's the bows that I've used. So you get 2 the same bow on this one die. So you can cut out double time. Then I used this one as well. I think all these bows here in my pile are made with that first die I showed you, but I'll show you the other bow dies because I've made some felt ones as well. Let's see that one. And this one is a Stampin' Up! One. Where's the label? There it is. So that's the Stampin' Up! One, and it's quite a massive one. I don't think they definitely don't sell that anymore because they don't sell the big dies. But I'll show you all these bows. So I made all these paper bows so that I have got loads for when I want to stick them on the front of a card or a tag. These will be perfect at the top of a tag. I can't talk today. I'm trying to think and talk at the same time. It's going wrong. Anyways, these are all my bows that I made. I'll shift them up a bit. I don't think you can see them all. using their non-shed glitter. And there are several colours in the pack. I can't remember how many colours, but you just get a massive array of colours. And I've been playing with this stuff, and compared to Hobbycraft, because that's the other kind of glitter card I've got, it's basically the exact same as the Hobbycraft, maybe a little bit thicker. And definitely more colours than Hobbycraft stock. So there are at least a couple colours in this pack that Hobbycraft don't have. Downside is that there's this line sometimes on them, but if you were to look at them all, they're not all the same height. So some of them are slightly taller, but I'm not bothered by losing that bit of glitter. I'm really happy with the quality. The black one, I got one dud of the black one. This one came like that, but I'm sure that if you said to Beebeecrafts, look, I've got this ruined one, they would probably replace it for you, I would hope. But yeah, I've got one dud in this whole lot, and then some of them have white strips on them. But overall, the colours are really vibrant, really good, and I really like them. So I've made all these paper bows, I've got them ready to go. I keep them in this little like clear pouch, and then that way I can grab them and go. These bows again are the Santoro, I think is how you say it. Their little bow collection, and they are like a silicone bow collection. They're just for my stash. Those are Alina's, and then that's the jewels from Beebeecrafts. Excuse me. So then moving on to some bows and bits that I made. I will show you these first because I think they're quite fun. So I made these little birds. I've had this die from Sizzix for a long time, and I've not made anything yet with it, and I just thought this would be quite fun. So I've got, this stuff is from AliExpress. It's just that fake leather, plasticky kind of weird stuff. And then obviously the felt is all Beebeecrafts felt. Now my light's picking up my hot glue quite well. In real life you can't see that hot glue at all, but with a bright light on it you can definitely see it. And then this one I've backed with a second layer, so it's quite thick and quite hard. I have no idea what I'm going to do with them yet, but I think they're really cute. Then I did the same, so that's that Sizzix die. And then I used this owl die that I got from AliExpress. It's a building owl, and I've used him on the front of my journals, and those journals sold really quick. And what I did was I made him up using the non-shed glitter card and some shed glitter card, as you can see the glitter. And I put them on my little mini journals, and they sold like crazy. But this is the little owl made out of felt, and he's quite cute and quite sweet. And so I've made him up using the Beebeecrafts felt, and I'm really happy with how they've turned out. And I've glue gunned it, so I was struggling to get the feet on, so I just glued a big blob on the back for the feet. So it's a bit messy on the back, but he's really quick and easy to put together and really sweet. And the felt worked brilliantly for that. And it cut like butter, obviously, because it's so thin. Then I made, oh, there's the chicken from this set. So I made him out of the pink felt, and then I backed him with grey as well, so he's quite fun. And then I made some bows, some hair bows. So I made some little ones, I made these big ones, and I really like how these turned out. So this is the Beebeecrafts felt. Sorry, I keep repeating myself, but I'm using lots of different products as well. This is felt from, not felt, it's like fabric, faux fabric from AliExpress, and it is my favourite. I love fuchsia pink colour. I don't even know if I say it right. But that's my favourite bow. It's really big, really big. This is using that Stampin' Up! Bigs die that I got. I bought it online from a Facebook selling group and got it used. So that's this one here. And that is that there. Oops, sorry. And I bought it used from a Facebook group because I didn't buy it when it came out in the catalogue. But I love it. It's really pretty and really big, and it cuts so nicely. And then here's the big one. I love this one as well. I use that silicone rose from Santoro. And then I've got these clips which I bought from Amazon, but I'm sure you can get them on AliExpress because they've come from China. So I got those too. And then I did this little mini one for like a fringe clip or for babies, and I used that AliExpress glitter fabric, and then the felt from Beebeecrafts, and the little flower again is from Santoro, I think. And then I started working on this cute little unicorn, which is also from AliExpress, that way around. So I got this unicorn die, and I started working on it. But then I realised that when I was gluing it all together, I hadn't cut the horn out yet, and I didn't do any eyes. But the felt works really perfectly for this, and I had a lot of fun. And that's, again, a jewel from their shop. So yeah, I'll work on that a bit more. I might use it on journal cover. And then I also used Alina Cuttle's word dies. It's all stuck together now. Come on. It's been in this box. So I've got thinking of you, and I've lost the Y because the Y comes separately. But the felt die cuts words perfectly. It's nice and thin, so you can easily cut words as well. So just to show you that, it works really nicely for it. But that, I think, is all my projects that I wanted to share with you today. So thank you for joining me. I hope you had some inspiration. I will link everything down below in my description box. I will try and link all the AliExpress stuff as well. If I forget anything, then just pop me a comment and I'll try and find it for you if it's still available. And I will link all of the Beebeecrafts supplies down below as well for you to go and take a look at if you want to. But yes, I am very impressed with their quality. I love the selection of colours. It does seem more like a bulk buying site where you buy everything in bulk, obviously, because you've got this massive reel. But I think it's great. I really like it. I like the quality of everything, and I've had a lot of fun with it so far. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!